typically is not bent. If I was going to make a long leg cast using a cylinder cast that had to be non-weight bearing, I'd obviously have to bend the knee. Then what I would do is actually just kind of let them hang off the end of the bed and roll the cast this way. Okay? It's not unusual for me to put this exact cast on with him standing either. The biggest problem with this cast is they want to fall down. Okay? This cast goes 4 finger breadths above the medial and lateral malleoli, all the way up 2 finger breadths in the groin to the greater trode. Got to get these things way up there. And the reason for that is, most of the time these are going to be for patella fractures. Okay? You can treat a lot of different things with this, but most of the time it will be a patella fracture. I've seen kids with Osgood-Schlatters disease, which is like apophysitis or a avulsion of the tibia tubercle. I've seen kids, go into a cylinder cast. I've seen tibial plateau fractures go into a cylinder cast. But most of the time this will be for patella fractures. So therefore, without a foot being in it, it just slides down. It wants to slide down until it hits the ankle. So these casts are notorious for coming back for weekly cast changes.
You said this is not weight bearing?
This will be weight bearing.
Can you put a cast strap on?
You can, but we typically do not. Most of the time people don't even wear them. So, besides knowing the parameters, now the position is not completely 0 degrees. And also, if you're going to put it on in this way, people or girls specifically, they want to hyperextend their knee. So that doesn't feel real good when it's casted like that. So most of the time you want a 5 to 10 degree bend at the knee, which is, you don't do a thing. That's all that is. From there to there. Now, when you're rolling the cast, this cast has to be extremely lightweight, very thin. You don't want a thick cylinder cast, because the more weight you add, the quicker it slides down. Also, there's only one bony prominent that you really should be aware of and pad extra, and that's going to be the patella itself. Most of these will be done in fiberglass also, just because of how heavy they can be. And you're looking for light. So I will start with his knee at 0. I will pad a little lower than my 4 finger breadths, and I will put on minimal padding. Alright? When I say 50% overlap, that is exactly what you do. No more, no less. A lot of times you'll see me wrap and then wrap back down. Not with this specific cast. I wrap up. And if you're worried about cuts from the cast saw, I'll show you a couple of things you can do to help prevent that. You just relax. Patella, that's all extra I put on it. Now, what you can do if you're really concerned about the cast saw, you can do that also. Okay? Because that's where you're going to bivalve out your cast. You will put medial and lateral struts across the knee as a splint. But again, that's only for plaster. If this was fiberglass, I do this with typically 2 4-inch rolls of fiberglass and then a 2-inch roll of color, making it extremely thin. I can't emphasize that enough. The 5x30s are my splint. They're just two, remember I said medial and lateral struts?
2 layers?
No, they're like 3 or 4 layers. Now, if you're going to banana rolls, this is when you guys do it. 6-inch rolls, very common to banana. Now the weak part of this cast is going to be the knee. You have to get this cast on quick enough to where you don't break the knee. You're going to put some molds in here too as well. I'm not going to get too crazy and worried about having to break out another roll. Couple of tricks to this cast I'll go over when I'm done here. So you have to do supracondylar molds above the femoral condyles and lift and hold. Okay? This is back breaking. This is how you break your cast. I get a lot of these broken all the time. I actually take the back of this cast and I put my hands flat underneath. Make it like a box. And what these molds do is they catch the femoral condyles before the thing slides off. Does it work? Nope. You think that helps a little bit in theory. I want a slight bend, 5-10 degrees, that's it. Now the shorter, if you think about making this cast too short, the shorter you make it, if you think about it, the more knee movement they get. That's why these things need to go up pretty high. Technically, it's supposed to be the same as a long leg cast, but now to prevent it from falling down, you could do a couple of things. I've seen so many different things tried. Nothing works 100% of the time. I've seen people use a lot of Sifoam. I've seen people put benzoin on the skin, forgo the stockinette, and just go with Webril. Benzoin is like it's a sap. like people glue. Anything to get these things to stick. Problem is you get one person that blisters and it's all over. Pretty aggressive molds. Now where you break them is here or here. Right above or right below the knee. Typically is where you guys will break this cast. The only thing that I do different than you guys is go quicker. To where it all dries in one piece. Don't move. Still can break. Didn't I just say don't move? A couple other things people do down here, they'll actually take a whole 2-inch roll of stockinette and wrap it around and around and around and make this huge wad of cotton before they pull up the stockinette. It's another thing you can do. And really all that does is so when the thing slides down and starts rubbing on the ankle, it doesn't hurt them as bad. But it's still sliding down. Make sense? If I made the cast short, only to here. Well, let's see if I can test this one. So see that right there? That's knee motion. That's his knee moving inside this cast. That's probably 5-10 degrees right there. So these things have to go up higher. The shorter you go with these casts, the more motion you're giving them at the knee. Okay? So we're pretty anal about getting way up here. Angling straight up towards the greater troch. His greater troch is right here. I'm not that far off. I'm probably 2 to 3 finger breaths from that as well. But I will ding you guys. Today's not a 10 type of day. I'm just not feeling it. But I will ding you guys here. A lot. I'd say 50% of you guys break these things, so don't break them. Okay? Now the other option, again, if I was to make this a long leg, now I have to put the foot in. Harder to put the foot in and get the ankle at 90 degrees with the knee straight. A lot trickier. A long leg cast, a long leg walking cast, is this exact cast but with the foot in. Got it? Cylinder cast. Patella fractures. Most common reason. Okay? Let's see what you